Hey everybody, Jeff Girk here, just bringing you another opportunity that's available in the current marketplace that I just came across and I wanted to share with you. This is a 2-bedroom home in Denville, and what I'm going to show you here in this little slide scenario here is a comparison of buying versus renting. I'm going to show you how you can buy this house with absolutely no money down, then get home cash to custom improve the home to your exact liking, and then in the process really create some, in my opinion, transformational wealth as a result. In this particular scenario, with the plan I have in place here, and again, I'm going to show you some proof along the way with all this, that in the process of really getting to custom design this property and doing all that without any of your own money and without you even lifting a finger, you're going to be able to create right around $85,000 of wealth for you and your family in the process. So let's compare side by side real quick. We'll start with the renting part of it. All right. Now, with renting, obviously, I would say the market rent for this property in this town, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, right around $1,500. The total monthly you're going to need to get in there, I shouldn't say total monthly, the total amount of money you're going to need to actually just move into this property is broken down below, and I really don't have to spend too much time on this because you already know all the details if you're renting. But month and a half security is $2,250 there, $1,500 with your first month's rent, so $3,750 total to move in, and then obviously the very next next month you're going to need your rent, which is another $1,500. So the total number comparing this is $5,250 over a 2-month period of time. Obviously, you're going to also have to adhere to the landlord's rules and whatever regulations they have because you don't own the home. And at the end of the year, you have spent $18,000 and created no wealth for yourself and haven't created any tax shelter whatsoever. Versus the other side of the equation here, which is buying. You can get in here, and the total monthly, first and foremost, is going to be less than renting because there is no down payment. So you can literally walk to the closing with this scenario, with this structure that I just walked you through with really nothing other than your hand and a pen to sign the final papers and walk out with the keys to your home, because we're going to be paying all the closing costs. And then you transition into this home with 2 months no mortgage payments. And that's just obviously important from the get-go comparing with renting. But if you take it to the next phase, which I recommend it, where you will get some cash to custom improve this home, since that, home right there, it does need a little TLC. The inside is, very outdated, and with a few tweaks here and there, I'm going to show you can really custom design it to your exact liking for not a lot of money and reap the reward of creating wealth in the process. So that 2-month period of time I just walked you through also can be a time for you to really hone in your vision, and I'm going to go over what I'm talking about in the next few slides here. But for the most part, during that 2 months, you're going to be able to really figure out what you want as a family, on how you want the layout, obviously what types of accoutrements, if you will, you want to add to it, maybe if you want granite and things like that. But I would say for a $20,000 budget, you would be able to put in an updated kitchen with granite, stainless steel appliance set, get the same in the bathroom with a new vanity with granite and nice custom modern tiles that you, again, hand pick out, new paint and new hardwood floors, and that costs you right around $75 a month, and again, still well below the number for renting, which is in that neighborhood right around $1,500. That'll come in right around $1,250, maybe a little bit less than that depending upon how negotiations go. And then an estimated $85,000 of wealth creation by you and your family getting to really custom design and improve your dream home with no money out of pocket. And on top of that, you also will create an estimated $5,000 of tax shelter in the form of tax deduction of owning a home versus renting it. So again, here's a recap. There's what the home is in its existing state. It's a decent-sized ranch. Here's an example of some of the customization that you can do. We just did this on a project with one of our clients. They decided to go with a butcher block, but again, you can see in the back is the granite cabinets, and then this is a picture of the living room, hardwood floors, so on and so forth. But what I was talking about, the 2 months of you transitioning in there, this is a snapshot of the software I use to really configure out floor plans. And what I do is I just take the existing floor plan of the subject property, and then I start adding things based on, whatever the dream or vision is that I have. And then you would obviously get access to the software and do this for yourself, where you can really toy around with different scenarios. Obviously, this isn't the house in question. This is of another project we're working on. And this, by the way, is a project we're working on for raw land, where we're actually going to be utilizing some of the really unique funding resources I have inside my business model, where you can really design something from the ground up on a blank slate with new construction, really custom design your dream home. But the software can be used in either capacity, whether we're talking about existing home or a new home. And what I'll do is, after we go through this, I'll give you guys the opportunity, if you want to get more information about my business model and how it works. I did a free seminar a while back that was sold out, and I'll give you guys free access over the next 5 days if you so choose, and it really breaks everything down. But talking about breakdowns, I just want to go over and recap everything with regard to this property. Obviously, we're going to be getting in here with no down payment, which would be option 1, would be just going in there and moving as a plan and just living in there. And I have to adjust this because this number is wrong. This was from another presentation I did. That would be $1,225 would be the total monthly. But you could purchase this, no down payment, again, less out of pocket than renting and less monthly than renting, as you're seeing there as well. And then you would transition with 2 months no mortgage payments, and we pay all the closing costs. And then from there, again, transitioning to the next option is getting you cash, which would be option 2. Everything would remain the same. Again, I just want to adjust this here. That would be $1,225. $1,225. And from there, with the 2 months, you would transition into the property, all with no down payment whatsoever, no money out of pocket. Again, the scenario I mentioned earlier, where you can really walk to the closing with a pen and walk out with the keys, that literally would be the scenario with this. And then during that 2 months where you don't have any mortgage payments, you'd spend some time honing your vision for the transformation using that software. And then once that vision is honed, I'll get you cash to really create that custom vision before your very eyes. And by the way, all the work gets done by a contractor, so you literally don't even have to lift a hammer if you don't want. Now, obviously, if you want to work with the contractor to help keep your costs down where you can work with him and do that as well. But that's entirely up to you. You don't have to do that. And in the example I gave you, scenario $20,000 will get you, a nice new kitchen with granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and the same thing holds true with the bathroom: new vanity, new tiles, new granite countertop, and new hardwood floors. And that would bring your total estimated monthly payment to right around $1,275 after the scenario, adding the improvement component of it. Now, I also want to bring you the proof, which I told you I would do from the very beginning of this slide. Right, so here's a home that sold, really not too long ago. It's 2 bedrooms, right around the same size lot, same size home. And what you'll see, what they did here, this is something that was probably done a while back when the home was either first built or something along the lines, is they put a garage here. And that's something you could definitely do with this scenario. Obviously, it's going to increase your budget a little bit, but you could easily dig this area out here and put a garage in there, no problem. You can even finish the basement as well. But again, really, sky's the limit on what you can and want to do based upon, obviously, your budget and all those things. But this particular home, as you can see, it sold for $254,000. And this was an improved home. But this is an example of what you could do inside of that home. You obviously see here all brand new hardwood floors, new paint. They cathedralized the ceiling, which you could do as well if you want. And here's an example of what the kitchen is. Now, I'll just point this out. This may not be your style of kitchen. I know it's not my style, but this may be your style. But the point I'm being is that whoever bought this house was kind of forced into buying the vision of this person. It looks like this home here was a house that an investor bought and fixed up, which incidentally will kind of bring this back full circle here and kind of give us the ability to recap here. What I just did is I proved to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can buy a property that's currently available for $149 and get some extra money to improve it, and then at the end of it, the potential to create $85,000 of wealth. And here's proof right before your very eyes. This home sold not too long ago, fixed up for $254. And that's how I come up with the math. I just take what the purchase price is, add $20,000 to it, or whatever your budget is, and you'll have a house that's worth right in the neighborhood of $254. And you can add any custom design you want. And at the end of this, you can tap into that wealth if you so choose. I have tons of programs that will help. Really, if you want to take this to the next level where you start, duplicating your efforts in what I call the lather, rinse, repeat scenario, where, you do this as an investment. I can show you ways you could do the same scenario I just walked you through as an investment with none of your own money, and really come full circle with this, and really you could transform your financial livelihood as a result of just taking one step and using some of the programs that are out there right now. But that about wraps things up. So if you want more information about how to get in touch with me, or you want more information on how to get access to that seminar, all that stuff should be below in this video, or how I got in touch with you, there should be some information on how to do all that. So I look forward to talking to you. Hope you guys found value in this, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Have a great day.